So many families here in Oklahoma were able to stay safe in this tornado because they had plans in place for the moment a twister strikes. The Vargas family, they knew the danger, of course. They practiced tornado drills. They knew how to climb into the bathtub. But when this EF5 twister took direct aim at their house, there wasn't much they could do. 7-month-old Sydney and 4-year-old Karina died. Their mother, Lorinda, and their grandmother survived but were seriously injured. Their father, Philip, and the couple's 2 oldest children were not home at the time. They survived. I spoke to Philip Vargas earlier this evening. I'm so sorry for your loss.
I appreciate that.
How are you doing? How are you standing?
Basically, I've got a lot of things that I have to do in order to rebuild some semblance of a normal life for my family. And I think that's kind of what's driving kind of that mental to-do list that needs to be done. My wife and my mother-in-law were in there with my babies, and I wouldn't ask them to do anything other than heal at this point. And I know that I've got a lot of grieving to do, but at the same time, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and I have to move forward with that. And my wife's been supportive through it all. She's a strong woman. I'm proud of her.
Your 4-year-old Karina, she wanted to be an ice skater.
Yes, we took her to Disney on ice at the last state fair in Oklahoma, and ever since she saw her favorite princesses out there skating, she wanted to go out there and skate just like them. And I always told my kids, you have to do at least one thing outside of school, and ice skating was what she wanted to do. So unfortunately, we didn't get the opportunity to take her ice skating before this has happened, but we'll take her one day. She'll be there next time we go.
You'll say you'll go one time with your wife.
Right. Whenever we take the kids and the wife, we know she'll be there with us, and we'll enjoy it all the more, knowing that she's there.
And 7-month-old Sydney, she was the only one of your children who was actually born here in Oklahoma.
Correct, yeah. She was I like to call her my Okie. She was my only Oklahoma child. I was in the military, so I had several in California and one in Washington, and they were all here, but they weren't born in Oklahoma. Sydney was born in Oklahoma. She was my Okie.
And she just started crawling.
She crawled for the first time on Sunday. And
the day before the storm.
Right, and I'd actually made a joke that, being my only Okie, I guess it's fitting that you crawl for the first time when there's tornadoes, because there were some Sunday as well. And unfortunately, she was taken from me on Monday. So, but at least we have that lasting memory. I got to see her crawl before she was taken.
And how are your other kids doing?
They're doing surprisingly well. My 11-year-old son, Damon, and my 8-year-old daughter, Aria, they're carrying on as if it's normal life, and that's good. I mean, we discussed what has happened. I believe in full disclosure. So we discussed with them what has happened to their sisters.
They're 11 and 9.
Correct. No, 11 and 8.
11 and 8.
11 and 8. And I discussed everything with them. Me and my wife did, and we hugged, and we dealt with that. And kids are resilient. As soon as that warm embrace was over and those tears had been shed, they went to terrorizing the hospital for as long as they could. So.